Sampia speaking to former, I think, Police Minister Sydney Mufamadi. Let's head off to the northwest. Now, we spoke a little bit earlier on to our reporter on the ground there, Tsholofelo Mathibedi, and there were tensions that are running high at the ANC branches there to finalise nominations for next month's ANC National Elective Conference. Well, groups seem to be squaring off against each other, and some BGMs actually aren't even able to get underway. But let's catch up with Tsholofelo Mathibedi, because he was at one earlier this evening, and things weren't going great at all, were they, Tsholofelo?
Not at all, Peter. You know, if you have seen what was happening all around me while I was trying to convey the message, and I was trying to talk to the people that were there to say that, you know what, you call us here to say that we're supposed to be your voice. And when I tried to speak, you know, people were shouting NDZ while others were shouting the other candidate, Cyril Ramaphosa. It was pandemonium, for lack of a better word. And it was not just at that venue, because there was actually two BGMs that were supposed to be held in the Klerksdorp area, but both of those BGMs were unable to proceed. Because the situation here is that the Dr. Kenneth Kaunda region is one of the regions in the province that have not gone to like their regional conference. And when the national leadership of the ANC said everything must be abandoned so that the sole focus is on the December elective conference, then that's when branches had to start working and constitute BGMs. But as it stands now, if the two branches that we've visited today is anything to go by, it's still to be seen if they will constitute BGMs where you find one grouping having their own meeting there and another grouping having their own meeting there, counter accusations, and that is the scene that unfolded here earlier on today. And it's not just a situation that is peculiar to this area, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, but even when you go to like your Rutse Khumutsi Mompati region, you find such instances where people are telling you that processes have been replaced by people doing what they say are door-to-door campaigns, where members go to people's houses to make them sign and all of those things. That is what has characterized some of the interactions that I've actually seen that on stories that I've covered in the province thus far.
Tsholofelo, there's 347 eligible branches that can constitute a BGM and vote, but it seems as if fewer than 25% have managed a result at this stage. Is there a real danger that they're going to run out of time and that the majority of these branches may not get the business done?
You know what? If what we saw earlier on today, it's characterized what we're going to see in weeks to come, I think the situation will actually worsen, where you find that over and above the accusations of which is the legitimate structure, you find accusations around where somebody that has since passed on finds his name, or his name appears on one of the list of the branch. And, my colleague went to the family of the deceased person to say, but this is the situation. And the family of the deceased person were actually shocked. They were saying that we don't understand how that is possible. Depending on who you talk to, you have a province that last conference, it was going to the conference with about 234 delegates. Now they're going to the conference with about 538 delegates. When you talk to the provincial executive committee, they say that they're doing that because they started projects. They talked about the Imvuselelo campaign, which they said that every Monday they would meet, they would go to taxi ranks and wherever people are converging, to try to say that people should join the party. And they're saying that those numbers, the big numbers, they got those numbers because of those type of campaigns. But then when you speak to the other people that are saying that, what is being done by the PEC is just to perpetuate, a sense that they are behind one particular individual or one particular person for the race of the presidential race come the elective conference, that is Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma. They are saying that, unfortunately, what has happened now is basically the bloating of membership. They're talking about issues of people being asked to buy membership for other people and all of that. So, it's a situation that is characterized by this time of the year when it's too close to elective conference, where you get, barrage of accusations and counter accusations depending on which side you're talking to. As you know, that the province itself or the PEC has already declared that they will be supporting the candidacy of Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma going to conference. Peter?
What does that mean that the PEC is able to make that declaration? I mean, we're constantly being reminded that this isn't a provincial story, this is a branch-by-branch story. So far, we believe that 23 branches have nominated Ramaphosa, 14 have nominated Dlamini-Zuma. So do we have a sense at the end of it all, if we just look at branches, if we forget about the PEC, just look at the branches, which way are they leaning?
You know what? As I say, the province is actually characterized by parallel structures. So when you go and speak to this grouping will tell you that, on the ground, people are supporting this candidate. And it depends on who you're talking to. Because if you speak to those that are supporting the candidacy of Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, they'll say that, no, they're pushing, they've got the numbers and everything. If you speak to those that are representing or that are supporting the candidacy of Cyril Ramaphosa, they'll say they are pushing, they've got the numbers. But, the problem is the parallel structures, as I say, in the province. And that is, making it very difficult for you to say that, this grouping is winning, this grouping is, it has got more support and all of that. But even in the PEC itself, you've got Mr. Maila, who is a PEC member, who has broken rank, if one can call it that, and is saying that I'm supporting the candidacy of Cyril Ramaphosa. So it goes to show that even when the PEC is trying to show a united front or a united force to say that this is how the branches that we have, that we've converged at the PGC with last month, as this is what they are saying. But you have, dissenting voices from others in branches in the Ngakamudiri Mulema. You've got dissenting voices in branches in Dr. Ruth Mompati, you've got dissenting voices in Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, and you have dissenting voices in Bojanala, which has resulted in the court case that we've seen unfolding, which is then going to court again on the 28th of this month. And Judge President Monica Leo has actually called for a full bench of the High Court to sit through that case that will be sitting on the 28th of this month. That is the case of those that are opposing the regional conference that was held in Botswana.
Tsholofelo, we're going to have to leave it there, but thanks very much indeed for that update. Tsholofelo Mathibedi in the Northwest Province, and we continue to take a look every day on this program at the race to Nasrec, and we'll do more of that again tomorrow.